Thousands of spring breakers flocked to Miami Beach to party despite a curfew being implemented and a state of emergency being declared.
Take a look. The crowd is amazing. We're having a blast.
The 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew has been extended for at least another week, likely longer, after crowds trashed cars and restaurants. People refused to wear masks or socially distance, forget that. And there were fights in the streets. More than 1,000 people have been arrested. Traffic restrictions will be in place. Businesses in South Beach are closing. I want to bring in Martin Vassallo to discuss this. He's with the Miami Herald. Martin, good morning. Okay, it looks just crazy. They are partying like it's 1999 there in South Beach. How did it get to this point where it was so chaotic and so crowded?
Yes, thanks for having me. Miami Beach has long been a spring break destination, and the bars and restaurants in the South Beach Entertainment District cater to these crowds. And especially this year, after enduring COVID-19 financial losses, they were hoping to make some money back. But the city is shutting down the party and turning away late night spring breakers. The city says that crowds have overwhelmed police, numbering in the thousands in a very concentrated area, breaking out into brawls, causing property damage. And the city is acting now, they say, preemptively before something worse happens. We've had one shooting already, crowd stampedes, and the city doesn't want it to get worse than that.
How long is the curfew expected to last?
So the city administration is recommending extending this curfew through the end of spring break, which is mid-April, April 12th. It's being extended on a week-by-week basis, and if crowds start to thin out, then the city will act accordingly. But right now, we're expecting to see it through April.
Wow. What are residents and what are businesses saying about this?
Yeah, well, the curfew is in effect in a concentrated sort of downtown area. And we saw last night the crowds being pushed away from these main strips and just continuing on their partying in residential areas. And that has inflamed resident concerns here. There's already been a long-standing tension between the residents in Miami Beach and the tourists. You know, it's only a city of about 90,000 people, but on any given day that can swell to the hundreds of thousands.
Wow. And I read somewhere that people are moving into Fort Lauderdale now. The party's moving.
Yes, Florida has advertised itself as open for business, and it has very lenient COVID restrictions. Local municipalities can't enforce local mask mandates or fine people, and capacity restrictions are being curtailed by the government. So Florida is just being overrun by spring breakers right now, most of whom are peaceful. But in Miami Beach, we are seeing many brawls and the potential for property damage and the like.
Okay, and of course, all of this with the crowds could come back to bite you. There must be concerns from health officials about the spread of the virus.
Yes, cases in Florida have been plateauing, and in Miami-Dade, we do have about 1 in 5 of the total cases in Florida. Public health officials and city leaders have expressed concern about the potential that these largely maskless crowds will either bring the virus here or take it home with them. But that has sort of taken a backseat to the public safety concerns that are weighing heavily on the city leaders' minds right now.
Martin Vassallo is a reporter with the Miami Herald. Martin, thanks for all that. Really appreciate it. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too.